Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Real quick, man, I got a question for, Jesus is the word, and vocab Malone, and all these Edomite Christian crusaders who apparently the Hebrew Israelites were the worst of the worst, and they got to dedicate their lives to the destruction of our doctrine. Well, why don't you put more energy into your Christian country and the idolatry which sits at its seat of power? So you ain't got nothing to say about that, do you? You ain't got nothing to say. Well, let's look, man. Well, let's see what you're gonna do. Let's see if Vocab Malone's gonna write a book about this. Okay, the United States Capitol. The United States Capitol, often called the Capitol Building, is the home of the United States Congress and the seat of the legislative branch of the U.S. federal government. It sits atop Capitol Hill at the eastern end of the National Mall in Washington, D.C., though not at the geographic center of the federal district. The Capitol forms the origin point for the district's street numbering system and the district's four quarters. So the Capitol Building is like very, very important in America, in this great Christian country with all these Christian fucking crusaders, that pop up out the woodwork to come up against the Hebrew Israelites. But where are you campaigning against the Capitol Building, that your Congress that rules your country, that you love so much, resides in? Because when you go to the Capitol Building, it's built in idolatry, and we're gonna let this video speak.
By Greek-Italian artist Constantino Brumiddi is the fresco painted by Greek-Italian artist Constantino Brumiddi in 1865 and visible through the oculus of the dome in the rotunda of the United States Capitol building. The fresco is suspended 180 feet above the rotunda floor and covers an area of 4,664 square feet. The figures painted are up to 15 feet tall and are visible from the floor below. The dome was completed in 1863, and Brumiddi painted it over the course of 11.
This image goes all the way back to 1863. Now, all you Edomites in America, all right, because in 1863, the so-called Negro had no power in America, and they still don't have no power to this day. America's your country. Since 1863, you've had this fucking fresco up in your Capitol building where your government resides. A straight up fucking idolatrous fresco depicting George Washington, okay, as a god sitting among a bunch of Greek and Roman gods in your Christian country. Yeah?
7 months at the end of the Civil War, he was paid $40,000 for the fresco. Brumiddi had worked for 3 years in the Vatican under Pope Gregory XVI and served several aristocrats as an artist for palaces and villas, including the Prince Paulinia. He immigrated to the United States in 1852 and spent much of the last 25 years of his life working in the Capitol. In addition to the apotheosis of Washington, he designed the Brumiddi corridors. Symbolism. The apotheosis of Washington depicts George Washington sitting amongst the heavens in an exalted manner, or in literal terms, ascending and becoming a god. Washington, the first U.S. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War, is allegorically represented, surrounded by figures from classical mythology. Washington is draped in purple, a royal color, with a rainbow arch at his feet, flanked by the goddess Victoria to his left and the goddess of Liberty to his right. Liberty wears a red Phrygian cap, symbolizing emancipation. from a Roman tradition where sons leaving the home in, or slaves being emancipated would be given a red cap. She holds a fasces in her right hand and an open book in the other, forming a circle between liberty and victory are 13 maidens, each with a star above her head, representing the original 13 colonies. Upside down above Washington is the banner E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. From directly below Washington in the center and moving clockwise, or science, marine, commerce, mechanics, and agriculture.
So, my question to you is, Jesus the Word, is why are you and your Christian crusaders tolerating this? You know why? For the same reason you tolerate and celebrate Christmas, because you're a bunch of hypocrites. But you want to come up against us. We're the worst thing, but you got a straight up depiction of unholy idolatry up in the Capitol building of your country, and you ain't got a damn thing to say about it, but you got something to say about us. The Lord is going to destroy you, you hypocrites. I'm out, man.